Hi papillons, welcome back to my channel. This is Phatcat, and in this YouTube channel we get into topics of astrology, spirituality, self-development, sound healing of course, and anything else that piques my interest. So let's get back into the Venus series. We are on with the Venus series, and today we're going to get into Venus in Sagittarius. What does that mean if you have your Venus in Sagittarius? What does it mean if your partner, your potential partner, or your friend has a Venus in Sagittarius? So quickly let's go over what is Venus. Okay, Venus is the planet of beauty. Venus is the planet of love. Venus is the planet of physicality, creation, fertility, and finances. Okay, and we're going to mostly be focusing on love, aesthetics, so love language, relationships when it comes to this particular video. Okay, so what is Sagittarius all about? Let's get into it. Arguably my favorite sign in the entire zodiac is Sagittarius. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and I'll tell you why in a bit. Okay, so Sagittarius energy. Okay, Sagittarius is a mutable fire sign. So it's fire and it's mutable, and it is Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Okay, and Jupiter is the biggest planet, as we all know, right? In our solar system, it's the biggest planet. It Jupiter is also known as Guru in Hindu astrology. So Jupiter is a planet that removes all obstacles, that provides you with a lot of good fortune, abundance, luck. Jupiter is the most expansive planet. Okay, if you have Jupiter placements, your life is going to keep expanding. It's going to keep expanding beyond your wildest dreams. So that's what Jupiter does. The placement of Jupiter can expand your life beyond your wildest dreams, and it also gives you a sense of courage, a sense of optimism, a sense of power, and that's what Sagittarius has. Okay, naturally. So Sagittarians are very naturally powerful. They are quite naturally athletic. They have a lot of abundance of energy. They are also often lucky and blessed in their life. Okay, Sagittarians can also be very impulsive. They can be very spontaneous. They love trying new things. They love going on adventures. Almost every one of the Sagittarian loves traveling. They love exploring new places. They love developing themselves spiritually. They love discussing knowledge and philosophy. So this is a Sagittarian energy. There's this sort of sage-like energy that they carry. There's a sort of fun but wise energy that they carry. Okay, and what happens when the Venus is in Sagittarius? Okay, now as I said, Venus is a planet of beauty, love, physicality. Now Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, which is a lot more expansive, which is a lot more to do with wisdom, self actualization, good fortune. Okay, so because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, Jupiter blesses this placement also with a lot of good luck, with a lot of good fortune. Okay, and it also changes the nature of love. So a Venus in Sagittarius is not going to be like, let's say, a Venus in Cancer when it comes to love. Okay, they are not going to be very romantic. They're not going to be very frilly and girly, or like they're not going to be incredibly masculine or incredibly feminine in order to please the other person. You know, they're not going to put on any kind of airs. Okay, they are just going to be very themselves. Okay, because for them love is a lot more practical, and love also comes from a certain depth and genuineness which they like to preserve, which they believe in, right? They're very idealistic. So love can be a very idealistic thing for them, or love can be this really fun and practical thing where they're just, going through partners very quickly. Okay, and this means that on the shadow side, this means that because they're going through partners very quickly, they may date people very like one after another, trying it out kind of a thing. They can come off as players because they don't seem to want to settle down. They don't seem to want to give their loyalty to anybody. And Sagittarius energy does not like to settle down. It's the wanderer energy. As I said, they like to travel, they like to go on adventures, they like to be on the move. And as a result of this, on the shadow side, they can come off as players. They can even come off as emotionless, and they can be very blunt. Like once they feel they're done with you, they can just say it very bluntly, or they're just going to start ignoring you. So Once a Sagittarius, but this is not to say that they are not genuine, that they are not authentic, that when they are in a relationship with you they're going to light up your life, because they are. Okay, so Venus in Sagittarius has this very naturally optimistic energy. When it comes to love, they're light-hearted, they're fun, they're optimistic, and um, they love doing things together that can help both the partners grow and evolve and self-actualize. Okay, so their vision is the same as it was whether you're there in their life. Sorry for the noise, it's early in the morning, but I felt like doing the video. So their vision is the same. Okay, whether you come into their life or you don't, they're not going to change their vision. Okay, they're an independent sign. So Venus in Sagittarius is quite independent. They are creative on their own as well. Okay, they know how to get up and move on their own. They do not need a partner to be like a knight in shining armor. In fact, in many cases the Venus in Sagittarius is going to be more of the one who kind of lifts you up, because they have so much energy and power in them that they don't need you to kind of give them any power. They have a lot of it on their own. So if you come into their life, it's more like you're adding value, you're adding meaning, you're adding wisdom and knowledge. You're also coming with them, aligning with them as partners to self-actualize, to align yourself to the highest version. Okay, so they're all about that. Okay, so they're not, they do not, they dislike neediness, they dislike clinginess. So if as a partner they find you to be overly dramatic, overly clingy, you're emotionally dumping on them, you're rigid, you're narrow-minded, you are negative. Let's say you have a very heavy energy similar to Venus in Gemini, they do not like that. They're just going to drop you and run. Okay, they want the energy to be very light, very optimistic, very fun, very free. They are also freedom lovers and visionaries, which means that, like I said, they're already, their eye is on the target at all times, and their target is something that they want to achieve for themselves. So if you want to love a Venus in Sagittarius, come into their lives and support that vision in some manner. Okay, add to the knowledge and wisdom and philosophy that they want to learn, that they want to absorb. Okay, so they are drawn to people who are spiritually inclined or philosophically inclined. They're also drawn to people who are very different from them, who are from a different background, different culture. Why? Again, because in that difference they get to learn a lot about something that is contrasting, right? They get to learn a new language, or they get to live in a new country. So for them, you are like a ticket out of their city to a new country. So in that sense, Venus in Sagittarius can be very practical for them. Love is not very romantic, it's almost practical. Like, hey, what can I learn from this person? What can I know about their culture and stuff? Which is, for them, it's very mental. Not just mental, they are a fire sign. I think it would be mental and also physical, because there's a physical movement, and the physical scenery changes around them, right? And they are like, sometimes they have the shadow trait of becoming impatient and restless. So they do like having things moving quickly. They are fast. Once they decide something, they're very quick to start running after their goals. And if you are also supportive of those goals, or if you have the same goal, then you guys are going to be wonderful partners for each other. You're going to support each other. Okay, they are also really repelled by pettiness, any kind of drama. So if you're somebody, like, as a partner, who's going to tell them, hey, you said you're going to call me like in 2 days, but you haven't called me. Okay, and then you've called them 10 times within those 2 days, I can tell you that they're probably never going to call you back, because then you're way too clingy for them, and they feel like you're just going to add heaviness into their life, which they don't want. So they'll probably never call you back, or they'll bluntly tell you that, hey, I think we should see other people. Okay, so that's the kind of energy that a Venus in Sagittarius has, whether it's a man or a woman. So even Venus in Sagittarius woman is going to be like this, which can be hard for some men to digest, and for some of the men's egos to digest, but that's really how they are. Okay, that's how they're going to be. They're not about you, they're about their own vision. Okay, more than you. And that is not to say that they can't love, but for them, love goes beyond physicality, love goes beyond beauty. This is where I mean that the Jupiter influence on Venus is palpable. It's you can see it come through, especially in this particular combination, because in this combination what happens is, like, love can actually, you can transcend the idea of romantic love, and you can get into the idea, you can get into the experience, not the idea, you can get into the experience of divine love, you can get into the experience of spiritual love. So here love is not just selfish thing which just two people are involved in. Here love can expand beyond two people to for towards the community, towards the world, towards a common cause, towards a common vision, towards up leveling and raising the vibration for everyone in the world. So it can become something that big when it comes to two people who are compatible, and the Venus and Sagittarius is one of them, and you're compatible with them. Maybe you have some Sagittarius placements, or like even other fire sign placements, it can work really well. So let's get to the compatibility. Okay, I would say that for a Venus in Sagittarius, the highest compatibility is with a Venus in Gemini. Not always, but this is their opposite sign, right? Gemini and Sagittarius. And also because Venus in Gemini is also a very quick thinker, a fast mover. They love trying new things. They're very adventurous. They have a lot of knowledge, which is why they can be a lot of there can be a lot of information flow back and forth. And Venus in Sagittarius can teach the Venus in Gemini to kind of take that knowledge and channel it into something like a vision, channel it to a higher purpose. And a Venus in Gemini can teach them the details, the nitty gritties. They can give a lot of knowledge about a certain culture, or a certain language, or facts that the Venus and Sagittarius will then absorb like a sponge. Okay, so there is a high compatibility there, but also Venus and Sagittarius can be compatible with Venus in Leo or Aries, the other fire signs who are also more action oriented, who are also powerful, who are all about bringing those visions into the practical reality, who take action, who don't think before taking action. And they can also do well with other essence. I would say Venus in Sagittarius and Venus in Aquarius is a great partnership also, because they both are about the bigger picture. Often they're about visions and community and raising the vibrations and some sort of higher learning and higher development. And Aquarius is also very intelligent. They can match up, the energies can totally match up with one another. So I'd say these are some of the best pairings. Now water pairings obviously don't do well, especially I would say any of the water pairings, I would say especially Cancer is what's coming to me, but all three of them I would say may not do very well with a Venus in Sagittarius. Why? Because water signs require, sometimes they require you to sort of reaffirm the emotionality. They want a lot of your time, they want a lot of your commitment, they want a lot of your touch, they want a lot of affirmative words, right? They want to make sure that you love them, and a Venus in Sagittarius may not show it to them the way they need it. A Venus in Sagittarius may come across as cold and rather detached, even self-centered for a water sign Venus, and that is just going to create a lot of conflict and drama, which again a Venus in Sagittarius runs away from. So I would say the worst pairing would be that. So yeah, as I said, Venus and Sagittarius, they are so open-minded. Okay, they are such go-getters. Okay, they need somebody who is there, almost like a partner in crime, or a co-visionary, co-founder to their dreams. They kind of need that kind of support, and they do really well. Okay, some other things about Venus in Sagittarius is that when it comes to the physicality, they are generally athletic. As I already mentioned, they're athletic and they have abundance of energy, so they need to move. Okay, they can be restless, so they need to move, they need to release that energy in some form. So anything like, any kind of physical activity, especially something spiritual, also could work, like yoga practice, hiking, marathon running. Just all of these things can be very beneficial to them, and I feel like they naturally gravitate towards that because they have that energy that they need to release. Okay, and again, if you want to get with them as a partner, go do activities with them that is super fun. Like go rock climbing with them, or go ice skating with them, or go to Bangkok. Like make plans and go to Bangkok with, like, take 2 days impulsive plan, go to Southeast Asia, or like wherever, Paris, if you have the means and resources, go to South Africa, take them to South Africa. Okay, there's like extreme scenarios, but that's possible as well between couples, right? Basically surprise them with new adventures, surprise them with trips, or surprise them with like a ticket to some event. Okay, it could also be events to do with the learning, like it could be like a lucid dreaming event, it could be like a cacao ceremony, a sound healing. I'm a sound healer, but I think they're drawn to such things, right? Because they're all about improving themselves and self-actualizing. And for them, the love language is also like a sharing of that higher knowledge and higher wisdom. Or like sign them up for a philosophy class, you know, or like sign them up for an Indian mysticism class. They are just going to be so happy and go for that with them. They're going to be like, this is all I wanted. I don't want gifts. I don't want money. I don't want power. I just want knowledge. I just want to be free. I just want to liberate the entire humanity. You know, that's the energy. They don't give a fuck. They just want to be free, and they're not overly materialistic or Venus and Sagittarius. Like I said, they are visionaries. Again, let's not. So when I say they're visionaries, yes, they are. But this is, I would say, it comes across in two ways, because sometimes the Sagittarius energy can come off as irresponsible. It can come off as way too goofy, not taking anything seriously, being cold hearted, leaving broken hearts in their trail. Okay, that's a shadow side. So if you've not outgrown that part of your Sagittarius energy, as a Venus in Sagittarius, you may be unknowingly hurting a lot of people. So that's something you also have to understand and keep in check. Yeah, it just because you're done with something doesn't mean you just leave cold-heartedly and like let somebody else pick up all the pieces after you, right? That's equally your responsibility. So that's the shadow side that Venus and Sagittarius can fall into. And on the positive side, once they have sort of grown up, they have, wisened up, then I feel like for them love is a higher thing. It's like I said, love is not even just a personal thing. It's almost like this Buddhist notion of love, right? Which is like kindness, which is like compassion for humanity. So it goes beyond two people, and then it that kind of energy can actually, just influence other people in a very positive way. It can inspire their partner and inspire people around them to also sort of broaden their own horizons, look at the bigger picture, and be more compassionate, not just to their partner, but to the animals, but to the beggars, like whoever they see. So in that way, a Venus and Sagittarius energy can then become very visionary, can become very powerful. But for that, they also have to do some growing up. Okay, they have to also sort of, there are certain areas in their life that they need to take seriously if they want to grow out of this snake skin of being super casual, super fun, super irresponsible, at the same time adventurous, optimistic, lighthearted. That part is great, but then how are you going to balance that out, and like I said, sometimes they're so restless that they just because they get things so easily, they just believe that even they're going to get their whatever vision they have, they think they're just going to get everything in their lap. Okay, which is true. They have that luck. They have the Jupiter energy that provides them that luck and good fortune, but that does not mean you don't put the efforts. That does not mean you actually are so irresponsible when it comes to your own dreams. Put some efforts daily. They could use some Capricorn energy, seriously, because that's going to really make them amazing. That's just going to like round them up perfectly. So that's what I wanted to say. Like, Venus and Sagittarius, do not get cocky. You're awesome, but please stop being cocky about it. You are, and I told you you're my favorite. Sagittarius is my favorite sign, but like, also think about how other people are feeling around you, especially if you're in a relationship with them. Okay. All right, Venus and Sagittarius, I think this is pretty much it. This is Phatcat. If you like my content, please share. Okay, please put a like, thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my channel. I'm growing obviously slowly. I'm not going to focus on numbers. I just want to make the content because I love astrology and I love spirituality, and I have so much more to share and discuss and also learn. Okay, so hope you guys are having an awesome day, and see you in the next Venus placement. Bye.